Hey, hi everyone, welcome back to Uipath tutorials. So today I'm going to explain you how we can add the data to the entity. So the users, those who has not watched my previous video, they can watch that video where I have described like how we can create entity and how we can create a new fields there. Go and watch that because I believe if you going to watch this directly, you'll not you're not going to get many things. Okay, I'll start with the main workflow here. I'm having the main workflow. I've taken the assign activity. Before that, just remember that this should be it should be connected with the orchestrators. Once this is available, you see it's green here, and the this manage entities is also enabled, and you can go and refresh it from here if you have connected with the orchestrator, and still if it's coming as a red. And to the resources, you have to go to the resources, and you see there are the two entity there that we have created. One we have created during that video's test customer. You can refresh it if it is not reflecting. You see there is zero record. This is one record because here the one data is present actually, and here no data is present. So I'm going to use this customer entity for now. Just forget about this. And yeah, let's start from the assign activity, and you have to create a variable with this variable type. So what is this basically and how it came? So when you go to the manage entries, and when you select the customer entity, you see here are the seven fields and one record is showing. So this is the namespace that is customer. So what is the whatever the project name you have given, then that is the same name will be reflected in the namespace here. You can change it for the first time, so I have changed it to the something like customer, so I'm not able to change it again. So this is something like you can change it or you cannot, like it depends. So the namespace is customer, and the entity name is customer entity here. Let me close it for now. And this is the variable that we have created, and we have to select the data type, where I told you like namespace is customer, and the customer we have to select the customer entity, and then you have to initialize it as a new customer entity. If you see when you're going to write the customer data here, it automatically have all the values that are there in the entity. So I'm going to select here name. So why basically from where these name and number everything are coming. So let me go to the orchestrator, and you have to go to the data services, then customer entity, name and number. I have created these two fields. So these much of fields are reflecting in the customer entity. Uh, so I have selected the name for now, and I am putting the Rahul to it. If I uncomment this part, this is something where it will going to insert the Rahul. Okay, so let me check if it is having any data or not. So you can check it from here. This is the data that we are having, and let's see if I'm going to run the code, how it will going to react. So I'm going to make an entry basically. So for that, you need to drag drop this create entity record, and then you have to select the customer entity. If it is not there, you can browse for types, and there I have given the customer data, that variable that we have created. This is the output record to check the count. Now if I run this, hmm, let me refresh it. Okay, you see the entry, we are having the Rahul entry in the data uh, for the customer entity. It is having the ID, a unique identifier, and is created by admin, of course, and create time. Everything this is means this the UI path is automatically filling these values. This orchestrator is when it enters to the orchestrator, it automatically get filled. Create time updated by update time created by all the means all those values. So let me come back again to the portion where mm, I want to select the specific record. So if I want to select the Rahul, let's see what will be the count because do we have Rahul? Yeah, we have just inserted Rahul, and for that query entity record, what you have to do is you have to use this query entity records and in the name Rahul. So wherever we are having name as a Rahul, it will going to fetch all the data and put it in this output record variables. This output record variable is nothing but it is a I list is a collection of customer entity. And if I am going to run this, let me run it now. Let's see what will be the output. So this will give me one count. So I believe this is fine because Rahul is present there. You can do the RND. You can put the value which is not present, it will give the zero count. Let me go to the update. So for the update, I am using this get entity record by ID where I have passed the GUI ID. So GUI ID is basically is this and the name is Kishley. Let me put it at Kishley. Okay, this is the ID and I want to update the name as uh, Akhi instead of Kishley. Now this will going to update the key and replace that Kishley. So just after this assign activity, you have to use the update entity record also, where we have to do the same steps and we have to pass this ID. And this is same like we are having the output records for update, and this is we will going to have in the customer entity variable type. If I'm going to run this, you will going to see it get updated here. So this is how we can play with these much of activities. But just remember that if these activities are not reflecting, just go to the manage packages and just download the package uipath.dataservices.activities. If I were to mention that initially, but yeah, you need to update that. I'll put that in description also. That's it for now. And just remember that if you want that this whole object to be passed to the some other workflow here also, you can just give it as IO customer and just give the argument type. The, so that customer entity will be passed to the next workflow also. So this is all about the data services integrations. If you have any query, please ping me or you can just directly comment me. Thanks for watching my video.